I have always wanted to build things in Minecraft Survival. It has, for a long time, to me, seemed like the real end state of the game. We all know what max gear looks like and have beat the Ender Dragon. And after that, the only continuation of the game is your creativity. Go out and build something. Push a little noggin to do something new within this game you're so familiar with. And the only problem with this ideal of mine for Minecraft is that I also want to play with people. And my friends don't want to play Minecraft, especially survival. And the public SMPs are usually dead in the sense that everyone on the server has already done shit and isn't active anymore, or dead in the sense that no one cared much in the first place. So it was the coolest thing ever when I heard my friend had started back up his realm, and some real life friends and online friends had been playing. They were ahead by a week or two, but they were on, and they seemed down to clown, to hang out in calls and do random stuff in Minecraft, and to build. And this is where the story and the video I was planning are destroyed. not literally in the moment of time I was just talking about, but here now as I make this video. We were doing it. We were doing exactly what I wanted and love in Minecraft. And it all went to shit in a way that makes the work I did in the server feel worthless. Hours of hanging out and goofing around and ideation for a build and grinding on that build and teamwork, all tarnished in my mind. And I'll go ahead now and clear something up. I am being a bit of a wiener about this. Nothing actually major happened. I don't know. It's kind of like there's just an asterisk on the server in my mind. Like it wasn't what it was now. It's changed. It's different. There's something different about it. Is this the upside down? Chat. Let's get into what happened and how I discovered it, because I feel like taking you guys along in the journey I took might give you the frame of reference for why it is all so whack to me. So, I'm in the end game of my build. I thought of a build, planned it out, gathered resources, used other people's resources on some communal shit, went in creative and learned some redstone to make a custom elevator for the build. I have all this base for this complex natural build that I dreamt up done. I've just finished the floor plan inside the build, and I'm about to start dressing it up and getting it into final form. And as I said earlier, everybody's been on the server longer than me, so I was playing catch up, and everybody except for one guy was like, fucking use whatever you need. So I'm going through people's chests. I'm like looking for random shit, and I go up to someone's base that I just like haven't paid attention to for a bit because I've just been grinding on this build, and it's encased in a too thick layer of obsidian. And I think to myself, damn, that must have taken forever to mine. Like, are we in factions? What's going on here? Either way, I go into his base and I'm checking through his chests, and I see an odd assortment of items and a stack of 64 mossy cobblestone. And this is where my higher level brain function bumps up a background thought I had. I'd given the obsidian the benefit of the doubt, but this perfect 64 stack of mossy cobblestone is making me rethink that benefit. It's a very odd block to have exactly a stack of, especially in a chest with so much random shit in it. I'm getting bad vibes. And I go through some more of his chests looking for these building materials I want, and I'm going up a floor in his house and seeing other odd 64 stacks, and a haunting feeling is coming over me. And I go up another floor, and something immediately catches my eye. Some blocks framing the ladder I'm going up. And I think I know what this block is. I believe I've encountered this block before. In some tragic irony, a Slumdog Millionaire type coincidence, I know what this block is. I shouldn't know what this block is. I don't play a lot of Minecraft for the reasons I've stated. It's hard for me to find the exact type of gameplay I'm interested in. So I don't know every block in the game. I don't know their attributes. If I had built something else, I might have missed this detail and went on in ignorant bliss. My build is a ginormous worm type thing's skeleton. And part of the cool lore that you would have seen in my ideation phase of the build, if that mattered enough anymore to tell you that story, is that I wanted to make it a redstone brain. There's cool lore, but I'm skipping it. Either way, while trying to design this build in creative, I used reinforced deep slate because it was the perfect aesthetic I needed for this part of the build. And if you know, you know. I found out I had to replace it because it is unobtainable in survival. And this Minecraft house I'm in has a bunch just placed to frame this ladder, I guess. And this is where I'm crushed and I give up. I preempt my future giving up and give up now. I'm like, this is an L. I've spent mental energy planning this build, engaging with the realm, and I don't know if the quartz I was given, that I was told was mined for XP, really was. I don't know if the survival setting that frames the worth of the build and the server is real. I could build whatever I want in creative, but then it's just an exercise in art. Coming into survival and helping dig a chunk hole to bedrock for various resources for building, and using water to scaffold because I'm old and haven't taken the 2 seconds to learn to use bamboo, getting goofed on for it. All of that real experience that culminates in I built this cool shit in survival. The build matters because I worked for it. We all worked for it. And the thought is now setting in, did we work for it? And this is where we go off script. I wrote all that down because I felt I needed to frame this all, introduce it well, because everything after this is just wishy-washy dog shit. I'm pulling up Discord. So, yes, I'm crushed. I'm like, this is sus. But I'm like, we're still going to approach it calmly and double check. I'm like, Ayo, CJ, whoever has the obsidian house on your realm cheated. They have like 7 of a block that is unobtainable in survival. Really cringe. Am upset. Get back to me. I'm like, update me if there's something I need to know about this. If, we're going to take any actions. I don't know. Whatever we got to do to get back into a state that feels normal. And then lastly, I put the block in the chat that is in his house, which luckily the wiki says in this little summary that we get a piece of, cannot be obtained in survival mode. But he says, yeah, that was a server-wide prank on Ark for constantly pulling his own pranks. I was initially going to mine all the obsidian out, but was persuaded to just give the group creative to get it done faster. I thought I got rid of the bedrock, but might have missed some. When I got this message, I didn't even digest it fully. I was still trying to give the benefit of the doubt. Pretty much, they're all getting pranked by this guy so much that the whole server got together and was like, let's all turn on creative and grief his house by placing a bunch of unbreakable blocks. Extremely cringe to me. It still wholly detracts from the point of survival that frames my build and makes me care about it. And this is where we get the lore for how this all happened. Because it's not just, the pranks were too much. We had to go in creative. So, the first thing, Brayden, who notoriously hates cheaters, had been abusing /kill. And I'd already told him he should stop. Pretty much, I came into the server late. They had all built their houses 800 blocks from spawn. Incredibly annoying. And so not only was Brayden using /kill to get back home, he was using it to get back home at any time. If he was just away from home, /kill, he just gets respawned at his bed. Obvious abuse of that. Not a survival type experience, but he's still going through the rest of it normally. CJ should definitely have just changed world spawn, and I think I might have said that to him. It might be different or weird in realms, I don't know. Because Minecraft has no super bed setup where I can use a bed out in the wild and then still default back to my bed, like my house bed or something. So it's like I die and then I have to walk 800 blocks back home. And I did that twice and I was like, I'm just going to teleport. I shouldn't have to do this. But then I just started actually using my bed correctly. Regardless, Brayden had been doing that. And CJ says, thanks to Ark. I don't know exactly what this means. You can /kill yourself. I think Brayden just did /kill at all or something and killed all the entities and fucked up some shit. And then CJ gave creative to Ark to fix the shit that they'd busted by going into create, by using non-survival things. And then he pulled some pranks while in creative. I don't know, bro. And just to frame this a little bit more, if I haven't made it clear that, I feel cheated of my time and effort, I don't even want to go look at the build anymore because I'm just sad. My recordings of just the build, I spent 24 hours building. Not like mining stuff, getting resources, like in the build, figuring it out and building it. And it's all useless to me now. It's all dog shit garbage. And it's like, many of these steps could have been addressed in the moment and weren't. Like, I told Braden he should top. I think I told CJ to just not give Braden permission to do that. And it's like, it starts to go to shit because of that. And then we double down on the mistake. We say, oh, there was an abuse of permissions. What if we give someone else some more permissions who already was pranking everybody? Oh, he's doing pranks in creative now. Either way, I'm making this video to complain. Alright, let's hop in the server. I'll show you guys my build, I guess. Tell you my cool plans that I'm not gonna do, because I don't care anymore. I said I wasn't gonna give the lore. I'm gonna give the lore because I'm no longer gonna execute on the lore, and I do want it in stone somewhere. If not on this server, or in the cool video I would have made if everything went normally, we're gonna put it in this shit video instead. I've got 4 rockets. Let's go steal some of bro's suspicious stack of 64 rockets. I don't remember what chest they're in. Oh, look at a perfect 64 stack of rockets. Thanks. Oh, 2! Whatever, bro. Kill me. Here's my build. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Hold on. Let me mentally get over it really quick. So, my first step in building is I like looking at like my environment in Minecraft, the terrain, and getting inspired in some way. And there was a perfect like snaking section of lower ground with hills around it. And I was like, I like that. Like, look, we got hills on this side, hills on this side. I like that. It's aesthetically pleasing. What can I place in it? What is cool and new to me? And I was like, what if I put like a big worm? Like on some fantasy shit. On some cyberpunk shit. That's what I was going for. Because I was like, I thought of the worm. I was like, okay, how do I make that a house? And then I was like, what if an ancient, but very advanced civilization took over the worm? And so my idea was to like replace the head with like a mission control, and like took control of the body and like made it a base, a moving base that is a worm. And that was my idea. And so I went out and I first laid down the center line, and then I went down and eyeballed lines of wood to vibe out where the bones would go. And then it took forever. I made all of these just by hand and by eyeball, and I think it looks so fucking cool. So either way, my idea was to like make a base inside of this head, and it would have been like usable in the past. And so, you know, it's got like fold out fucking like planks so you can walk in. It's got a door, and here's the brain I made. This netherite is where the unobtainable block would have been. I didn't sort these chests. I put them as placeholders, and I'm never gonna do like I'm never gonna sort them now. I'm not fucking playing on this. Here's my cool elevator. It took forever to fucking figure out how to make because I don't know redstone. I made a bunch of rooms and shit. And I was gonna put like a mission control and shit up here. It was gonna be fun. It was gonna be chill. Yeah, I thought it would be cool, like a ship of sorts. A biomechanical ship, and it'd have a crew, and it'd be tight. And I do think aesthetically it is really coming together. It's all fucking useless to me now. Hell. What to end on? I will say, I'm being a weenie. I do understand that. Like, even being in the world again, I was like getting excited. I was like, man, I kind of do want to build this shit. But already everybody had like finished doing stuff on the server, and they're not as interested in creative endeavors as I am, so I don't think they would have continued to unless I forced them. But like the server was winding down, and I went to go finish up my stuff, and it all fell through, and I was like, it was winding down, and now I don't care about it. I'm just gonna stop. That's my story time. That's my story time for today. Do you guys agree with me? Do you think this is lame? Do you think I'm overreacting? Drop it in the comments below. I'm not gonna read them. Your comments are probably cringe. Have a good day.